This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. To-do lists are awesome. They really are. They're so awesome that you can collect dozens of them, all different types. There are to-do lists written on sticky notes, to-do lists in notebooks, to-do lists scribbled on napkins, and then there are computers. And the to-do lists typed into memos, the to-do lists in to-do list apps that you downloaded and used for a week. Yes, life is overflowing with to-do lists. In episode 171, How to Create One Master System to Organize Your Life, we saw that using one master system, just one, can help put the genie of chaos back into the magic lamp of order. It's Friday. It's been a long week. My ability to cook up good metaphors is as sour as a week-long trip to a pickle factory. I should probably stop while I'm ahead. In short, by replacing the dozens of to-do lists with a single long list, you'll solve the problem of having dozens of lists. You'll have one place where you know you can find your tasks. Chaos solved. Sort of. Having one master list solves the problem of scattering your to-do lists far and wide, but there's still a dastardly problem lurking beneath the surface, and that's accumulation. Over time, you add things to the list, and then your priorities change, or you get interrupted, or your dog eats your homework, and even though an item is done or no longer relevant, you forget to remove it from your list. And then, given a few weeks or months, your list is no longer very accurate. It has stuff that's been done, it has stuff that you no longer need to do, and of course it has stuff that society expects you to do, but you really don't want to do. Yay for individuality. You go, you. To keep your system working smoothly, start doing a weekly review of your task list. In a weekly review, you'll do a spring cleaning of your task list, only it's weekly, and you'll do it in all 4 seasons. But you'll think about spring every single time. Step 1, consolidate and prune. Step 2, projectify and grow. Step 3, maybe and grow and prune or, well, maybe. First, consolidate. When your to-do items are spread over many pages, mixing up done items and to-be-done items, it gets hard to scan quickly and to know what's on your plate. Starting with the oldest item on your to-do list, scan forward. Look at each item that isn't marked as complete and make a decision. If it's no longer relevant, cross it off. I like to draw a little down arrow next to it, which means that it's been dropped from the list. If it's still something you do want to do, copy it to the end of your list and draw a little rightward pointing arrow next to it so that you know it's been moved later on the list. Now, for pages that have only a few undone tasks, I actually do copy those tasks back to the end of the list in order to consolidate them, and then I remove that page entirely from my task list. For pages that are more recent, that have many undone tasks, I still scan for items that should be dropped or scheduled, but I generally don't rewrite the undone items. And remember those sticky notes or the napkins with the to-do items? Grab them all and consolidate them into your master list, and then throw away the other papers, leaving yourself with one master list with all of the undone items consolidated on the most recent pages. Prioritize things against each other. Since you're reviewing everything that's undone, you bring everything that you could work on to mind all at once, and this makes it easy to remember all of your priorities. You can then make trade-offs between the different priorities. If you're scanning an item, you may recognize it because you've copied it to the end of your list a couple dozen times. For example, run for president, which has been on my list for years. Think about it. Really think about it. This may be the time to realize that it's no longer a priority given what else is on your plate. You won't ever get to it, so drop it from your calendar and your task list. Or maybe it's actually time to put it on your calendar and get going. Add in your projects. Yes, projectify and grow. Now that your list is scrubbed and shaved and squishy clean, which I think sounds much better than squeaky clean, make sure that it's complete. You've evaluated everything on the list against everything else, but you couldn't consider anything that wasn't already on the list. So now's your chance. Scan your current projects list and make sure that every project you have has at least one to-do item on your task list. This way, you can rescue any projects that may have accidentally fallen through the cracks. If one of your projects doesn't have any tasks on your long list and you don't want to add one, then it may be time to drop that project entirely. There's no relief that's quite as pure as the relief you feel when you realize that you really don't have to construct a life-size replica of the Eiffel Tower out of toothpicks just because you once believed it was your calling. It's okay. You were drunk. We understand. We've all been there. And then make some time. Make maybe now. Finish your to-do review by reviewing your someday maybe list. That, of course, is the list of things that you thought you would do someday, but haven't been current enough to put on your daily task list. Drop everything off the list that's no longer a dream that you want to pursue. Give that dream to someone else. But anything that now is the time for, transfer that over to your master to-do list. If your someday list included holding an origami class in the mountains of Afghanistan, well, that may not be as attractive as you once thought. But that dream of traveling to the Andes to give a yak a haircut in addition to a shave? Haha, the time is now. So write book yak tickets on your current to-do list, drop hold origami class in Afghanistan, and be thankful that without your weekly review, it could have been years before you purchased your yak aspirations. And now everything will be easy. The first time you do a weekly review, or maybe the first couple of times, it can take a while. But once you've cleaned your entire list, the next week goes a lot faster. If your first review takes way too much time, which mine did, you can do part of the consolidation the first week and then continue it the next week and the week after until finally the consolidation is done. And as long as you consolidate more items than you add every week, you'll eventually reach the bliss of a fully organized to-do list. Consolidation touches everything. Consolidate your lists into one and consolidate your scattered pages to the end of the list. Make sure that every project is represented on your list, and also kick in those bucket list items that are just waiting for attention. Soon enough, you'll be hiking the Andes, happily shaving yaks. For reals. I'm Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. If you're an entrepreneur, self-employed, or otherwise need to control your own time, Get It Done groups help you start finishing what's important and develop the habits you need to be hyper-productive. Learn more at steverrobbins.com. Also, we're celebrating 300 million downloads here at Quick and Dirty Tips, and we want to hear from you. Leave me a message at 929-356-4583, which you can remember because that spells wax elm glue. And we all love wax elm glue, right? Wax elm glue. And let me know why you love the Get It Done Guy. Your recording may be used in a future episode. That's wax elm glue. Looking forward to hearing from you. Work less, do more, and have a great life.